What's going on, YouTube? This is Bad Takes with another episode of Bad Takes in Football. Today we're revisiting a story that I covered in my first ever episode of Bad Takes in Football, specifically Lloyd Howell Jr., the executive director of the NFLPA. Originally, I had talked about how he was being seen and being involved in a collusion case. Now, recently, he's resigned from his position, and there's even more trouble that is coming his way. So I'm going to go over that and a lot more in this episode. So going into this, really quickly, again, just a quick recap. The NFLPA had a collusion case that was happening during the, I would say, January timeframe of this year, where they were actually reviewing the investigation of whether or not there's collusion among the NFL owners regarding fully guaranteed contracts given to quarterbacks. The quarterbacks that were questioning the collusion were Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and Kyler Murray. Lloyd Howell Jr., the executive director, got a lot of slack from the NFLPA as well as the players, talking about the fact that there was a lot of, I would say, challenges and issues with the fact that he was also involved with a consulting group that was approved to be a minority owner in the NFL. So, as you can imagine, being someone that's supposed to support and represent the players, but then at the same time had the same capabilities to be a minority owner in the NFL is a conflict of interest. So there's been a lot of digging that's happened, and we can go more into that today. First things first, you can see here from this article, Lloyd Howell did resign yesterday as the executive director of the NFLPA. He had been the executive director for 2 years, and his reasonings and what he says is he felt that him being in this position became a distraction for the NFLPA, and the value that he was going to be able to provide wasn't necessarily going to be there. Now, I think at face value, that does make sense, right? Obviously, there was a lot of distractions and talk around who he was and his involvement with that, again, that consulting company, but then also the lack of effort in appealing the collusion case that I referenced below. But it seems to be there's a lot of digging that was happening around Executive Director Lloyd Howell. And I think he probably saw that there was smoke. And generally, where there's smoke, there's fire. And the investigations in Lloyd Howell it seems to be ongoing as these stories continue to develop. So first things first, I'll go through his resignation. Again, he mentions here immediately, it's clear that my leadership has become a distraction to the important work of the NFLPA. And so he's using that as a reason as to why he is leaving. Me personally, again, I think that he understood that there was going to be more information that was coming out about him. It was clear to me that there's a lot of people that were not happy about him being in the position he was in as executive director. And so, again, there was a bunch of digging. And so this story that I'm going to talk about today, I'm assuming there's probably going to be more that comes out after this. How much more? I'm not really sure, but I did want to share this with you so that you had a better understanding of what was going on in the NFLPA and the NFL world in general. Now, going into the story that came out today, right? Ex-NFLPA boss Howell, right, who resigned as recently as yesterday, there's strip club expenses that they found he actually expensed to the union, right? So these players that are paying these union dues in order to be represented by Lloyd Howell, he was then going back around and using those funds in order to get car services to these strip clubs and then go to these strip clubs, right? So you can see here they even have information about when this happened. November 2nd of 2023, he arrived at an airport in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and then was taken by a car service to Tootsie's Cabaret, which is to me what it sounds like and what they advertise is they are the largest fully nude strip club in the world. Now, obviously, what he did here is just bad business in general, right? And I think the scary thing to me is if they found this, right, and he was already a part and in question when it comes to his involvement with that consulting company, what type of guy is Lloyd Howell, right? what sort of businesses are he generally involved in, and what's gone on in those businesses. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot more that comes out about this. For me, I wanted to share this information with you. Tell me what you think about what the players and the NFLPA should do about this. Obviously, this is really going to tarnish the relationship between the NFLPA and the players. It's tarnished the reputation of the NFLPA in general. So, really wanted to just share this with you. I hope you all are having a great day. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you think about this, and look forward to connecting with you on the next episode of Bad Takes in Football.